Live from Sweet Swine County, where every day is sweet, it's Split Hoof Tonight with Billy Gates and the Broken Windows Band. Hi, I'm Earl Silo, and now let's welcome Sweet Swine's one and only Cousin John.
Thank you, folks. Hey, welcome to another great episode of Split Hoof Tonight. You know, I was out of town last weekend. You know, I went up to that safety seminar up in the cities. It was a chicken plucking safety seminar. Had a little golf tournament. We had a few beers. Got over there to the Marriott Resort there for some dinner. Boy, they had a nice wine with dinner. Then we had some cigars and some cognac afterwards. And I go walking outside. I'm I'm not in too good a shape here. So I did something I'd never done before.
What was that?
I took one of them shuttle buses back to my hotel.
Okay.
Boy, was it a good thing, too, because about a mile down the road, here's a DWI checkpoint. Cop, he looks up and just motions the bus right on through. 20 minutes later, I'm sleeping sound as a bug in my hotel, which is kind of weird, too, because I'd never really driven a bus before, and I'm not sure why they left keys in it, but anyway. So, I was reading about old Sister Mary Catherine. Mm-hmm. She joined the Monastery of Silence. Boy, they're really tough there, too. You can only speak 2 words after you've been there 5 years. 5 years. So 5 years of silence. She comes in to see the head guy. Says, Mary Catherine, you have 2 words. She goes, hard bed. He goes, that's fine, Mary Catherine. We'll get you a new bed. On her 10th anniversary, they call her back in. He says, Mary Catherine, you've got 2 more words. She goes, cold food. Okay. He says, hey, we'll do better. We'll try to get, cold food. 15-year anniversary comes in. Sister Mary Catherine comes in. Head priest says, okay, you can say 2 more words. She goes, I'm leaving. He said, it's probably for the best because you've done nothing but complain ever since you got here. Anyway, I got to attribute something to a very, very wise man that we lost in the quite recently, George Carlin. George Carlin said one thing that I thought was just brilliant. He says, think about how stupid the average person is, and then realize that half of the other people are even stupider than that. That's scary. Anyway, folks, listen, we got a great show for you. Got a great couple guests coming up. But first, we're going to go look at some things that are going on outside Sweet Swine County. We'll be right back.
Brawny P. Silage here leaves no rock unturned when it comes to reporting the news. And today, viewers, I have a doozy for you. Chug on in to Winthrop for its 125th annual Railroad Whistle Stop Tour. The train will stop in Winthrop on Wednesday, September 30th at 3 p.m. and the public is encouraged to attend a celebration there featuring the legendary J.J. Hill, father of Minnesota Railroads. Plan to enjoy the Whistle Stop Tour in Winthrop, Minnesota. Festivals, they come and go, but Ronnie P. Silage will let you know. So listen up and make your plans. He's here to help his festival fans. So let's have a look. Get ready for a great event taking place in Appleton, Minnesota on September 15th and 16th. Apple Fest is an annual festival that includes a craft show, flea market, fireworks, parade, motocross race, and an array of entertainment. New for 2012 will be a demolition derby. Visit Appleton, Minnesota for Apple Fest and experience fun you can sink your teeth into.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Wasn't that a great report there, Earl?
That was good.
Before we get started with tonight's show, though, I got to show you one thing. Look who's back home. The Hogger's home.
The Hogger.
Not only is he back, but he was back, won it on the hardest hole on the course. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. Good. So Earl, how you doing? How you been?
How have I been? Well, I've been fine.
You don't sound real fine. What's the problem?
Well, I got to be honest with you, Cousin John. I'm a bit boggled.
Boggled?
Well, yeah, it's hard. Between between all the work I have to do here with you, my primary job is your co-host.
True.
And then I have to put together all the information for my segment, Earl Steps Out.
Sure.
Well, now I'm working as a reporter, for the Festival Fanatics, and so they got me running around outside Sweet Swine County, checking out all of these festivals going on, and putting everything together for stories for festivals, outside in our story country.
Now, wait a minute, Earl. You're telling me and all of our loyal fans out here that you have finally now stepped outside of Sweet Swine County and you're now a world traveler?
Well, yeah, yes I am, and I found it really fascinating because, there is a lot of interesting stuff going on outside Sweet Swine County.
Well, Earl, that's what I've been trying to tell you for all these years.
Yeah, I know, but geez, Cousin Don, did you know that there's towns out there that have more than 100 people in them?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? 100 people. Some of them have several hundred people all living together in one town. It just boggles my mind.
Who finally got you into leaving Sweet Swine County?
Oh, well, that field reporter, Miss Cassidy Davis.
Sure.
She's kind of cute,
Well, yes, she is.
But she told me that, a real reporter doesn't just look stuff up on the internet, but they actually go out to those towns where all those festivals are at so they can actually get the real story, where the action's at.
So you've been traveling with Cassidy?
Well, yeah. Well, I was.
You were?
Yeah, well, that Clarice, the gal that I'm seeing, that Clarice Plow.
Sure.
Well, she got wind of that, and she kind of misconstrued that relationship between Miss Cassidy and myself, and, well, let's just say I'm now traveling solo.
Okay, folks, I got to apologize. Earl, I think we've about exhausted this conversation. What do you say we bring on our guests?
That'd be a great idea.
I'm thinking about this. Now that you're the world traveler, tell you what I think we ought to do. I think you ought to introduce our next guest.
Wow, Cousin John, that'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, from one of my favorite towns, Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, let's welcome Shari and Doreen.
Please have a chair. Oh, welcome, Doreen and Shari. Thank you very much for joining us. So you girls are from Sleepy Eye.
Yes.
Tell us and the folks out there a little bit about Sleepy Eye and about yourselves a little bit.
Well, Sleepy Eye is a small little town of about 3,500, but you'd be amazed at all that goes on in the community, and they definitely keep us busy with our job, working for the website.
So you've come up with what you call a hometown information center, right?
Correct, Sleepy Eye Online.
Okay, Sleepy Eye Online. And what all's involved with that?
Sleepy Eye Online is a website that people can go to, community members or people who have a connection to Sleepy Eye, to find out what's going on in the community. We have news, sports, weather, stories about people, places, events, pretty much everything you need to know to keep up with what's going on in the community.
Wow, that's kind of a unique idea especially for a town that size. How did it come to be? How did it come up?
We decided to use our talents, our journalism talents, and come up with a website to, what we thought would be for the younger generation, but it turns out folks of all ages are very web savvy and are getting information from us and enjoying our site.
More than a few seniors have told me that they have us bookmarked. They have the seniors.
Really?
Yeah, bookmarked
That's great.
us, yes.
Well, if they learn how to do that much, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
So how do you two know so much about Sleepy Eye?
Well, Shari and I are both born and raised in Sleepy Eye. Interestingly enough, she graduated in 1981 from public school. I was an 81 graduate from St. Mary's.
Okay.
We played basketball against each other in high school, and we knew of each other, I think, but we weren't like friends or anything.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't until I moved back to Sleepy Eye years later that she recruited me for the ambulance crew, and we started working together there, and then we worked together at the Sleepy Eye newspaper for about 12 years together. And so we're from Sleepy Eye. We were born and raised there. We know Sleepy Eye. Through our work with the paper, we have contacts. We know what's going to be happening. We know who to get in contact with. So it's just that we're born and raised there, and we know Sleepy Eye.
So now we got some of our people out here in the audience that may have a connection or whatever to Sleepy Eye. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that we get our site right down here where they can find you out. They're going to put it right down here on the. Boy, there's a lot of photos there. I mean, do you guys take all those? Why so many pictures?
We do, because we cover event. We really cover an event. When you work for a newspaper, you're limited in space. You can maybe pick 2 or 3 good photos from an event, but we can go to an event and we can take, I've taken for, say, prom or for, like, say, Buttered Corn Days is coming up. You can take hundreds of photos. We can put them in galleries. We've used, how many do we think we use? Maybe 60, 70 photos for a gallery.
Oh, wow.
And it's a more comprehensive coverage. For one event, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can go from almost from start to finish, because once we get to events, we know people. So
Yeah.
I end up talking with people more than I'm taking photos sometimes. So we can cover a whole event from start to finish.
I know this is somewhat of a newer venture for you, but has it been pretty successful? Are you getting a lot of hits, that type of thing?
Yes, we are pleasantly surprised at the number of visitors we have per day. Our goal was initially 300 per day, and we've more than doubled that. We're almost at 700 visitors per day for our little town. We think
pretty strong.
That's pretty good, and we get a lot of reprint orders from those photos, which is, it's fun for us to give them back to the people and let them enjoy as well, and we're having a great time. We didn't have elaborate goals when we started it. We had 3 goals in mind, and when I recruited Doreen and some of my other people to work with us, I said our number 1 goal is to have fun.
That's always important.
Yep. Number 2 is to promote the community. Number 3, if we happen to make a little extra cash along the way, that's great. And
Sure.
Number 1, we've definitely.
You've been having some fun. That's good.
Some great fun.
It's real fun.
So now, if somebody in our viewing audience or whatever has some information or some facts, figures, some special little thing about Sleepy Eye, and they wanted to get a hold of you guys, what's the best way to do that?
Well, they can visit our website. We have a spot there that you can submit news to us. You can submit information. You can post your classified advertising if you've got a job opening, or you want to wish somebody a happy birthday. All of that is free. We do not charge for any submissions, any content that's on there. This is about the community. It's a website for the community, and we definitely need participation from the community members and from people associated with Sleepy Eye to make it go.
Gals, I don't know how much you know about our little show, but we take little breaks and we go out and we see things that are going on, like your stuff, but outside Sweet Swine County, and it's kind of come up on about that time. So could you stick with us a little bit and we'll go see one of those?
Sure.
Great.
Sure.
Folks, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Prairie Ann here, telling you to giddy up on over to a festival that will have you kicking up your heels as KLUK's official, and I mean official, feature reporter. I'm here to tell it to you straight, folks.
I suggest that you head on over to Hudson, Wisconsin from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on September 15th for the Lions Club annual Rib Roast Contest and Cook-Off at the Willow River Saloon and Carbone's Pizzeria. The Rib Contest features the area's best restaurants. Enjoy samples from each contest. Load your plate with fun at the Lions Club Rib Fest Contest and Cookout.
Here's a little something I've been working on. Enjoy.
Check out the Fall Festival on Broadway this September 22nd in Albert Lea, Minnesota. The festival offers a farmer's market with fresh produce, meat, jellies, jam, baked goods, and crafts, various demonstrations, a classic car and antique tractor show, local vendors, special sales and promotions, as well as children's games, face painting, train and hay rides, and more. Make a stop in Albert Lea on September 22nd and enjoy yourself at the Fall Festival on Broadway.
Wow, that was an incredible community.
Yeah, wasn't it ever?
Yeah.
So now with your Sleepy Eye Online, where do you see it going from here?
I think too, we kind of play off of the feedback we get from the people who are on our site. And we get positive comments, a lot of positive comments, some negative comments where they don't like, where they don't understand, something's a little off to them, they don't like it. So we can just revamp things as it goes. And
You're small enough, stay flexible, and all that type of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of doing it ourselves.
Great things. Well, hey, folks, we're about out of time tonight, but we want to thank Doreen and Shari from Sleepy Eye for stopping in to see us. Earl, good job tonight. Thanks. Audience, we're out of here. Good night, everybody.